everybody. Ooh. A little loud, right? I said today was going to be a little bit of energy, right? So yeah, we're going to flow today. And what does energy even really mean? It means just having your mindset and preparing yourself for movement with just a little bit more of a spice to it. If you like, as always, I'm going to give you variations and modifications, and then you choose what is working for you, yeah? But I thought maybe we would just add a little spice today. So listening always to your body, what's available, but take yourself out of your comfort zone, right? And let's set a mindset for that, to just maybe today try something new. And that doesn't mean that when you try something new, you do it really well the first time. We don't. This yoga is a journey. It's a chapters that we go through, and it just never really ends. So be kind to yourself. And no, we're never performing. We're just here together. I wish you guys were here with me together, practicing. Yeah. So I am ready to go, and I hope you are too. Your place is very safe. There's nothing around you that you're going to bump into. You have a mat, or maybe not. And you have... we almost lost connection there. I think we're good. Yeah. So join me. Join me on your mat in a seated position. So, comfortable seated position, butterfly, lotus, whichever is speaking to you today. Close down your eyes and bring your hands to heart center. Rolling the shoulders up, back, and down, feeling the abdominal wall embraced. And as you're seated, hopefully you can feel your sits bones balanced, so you don't have one hip higher than the other. Try to settle your sits bones down so that you can, from the get-go, from the beginning, find a nice postural alignment. Our eyes are closed down, hands at heart center, or wherever you like, whatever is comfortable for you. And let's come to an awareness of the breath from the very beginning, since that is our practice of breath and movement together. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, or through the nose, whatever is comfortable for you. Just big, energizing Ujjayi breaths. Big inhale. Exhale. Continue that breath, yogis. And on your exhale, try to make your exhale longer, stronger, deeper than your inhale. That breath is providing the energy internally, heating you up, and will be with us as our guide as we flow. A couple of more of those energizing breaths. Now blink open your eyes, and on an inhale, lengthen those arms up to the sky. And exhale them back down to heart center. Inhale to the sky, open the arms. Exhale them back down to heart center. Inhale. Exhale back down. One more time. Inhale and stay at the top. And then exhale the right arm down and just lean over to the right. It doesn't matter if that sits bone comes up off of the floor. Whatever stretch feels good to you. Inhale back to the top. Exhale over. Whatever is working for you. You can try to keep those hips, those sits bones grounded, or you can lift them a little bit as you add that nice dimensional side body stretch. Just at your own breath and tempo. Exhale as you lengthen. Inhale one more time. Stay at the very top. And then exhale the right arm down. Left hand comes on top of the right knee as you add a twist. Now open up the heart and the ribs as you twist them and gaze to that. Inhale to the top. Exhale to the other side. Again, opening up the ribs, opening up the heart, the chest. Back to the lengthening. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. One more time. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen, and stay right here. Now exhale, bring the hands to heart center. And then release, take your hands underneath your knees. Unwind your legs and bring your feet together so you're in a tuck position. So we're going to kind of do like a seated cat-cow. So hold onto your knees very firmly. Hinge back so your hands are pulling onto those knees. Pull the belly button into the spine and round out the back. Then on an inhale, open. Pull the knees, pull the heart, the chest together. Exhale, hinge back. So you're literally supporting yourself on your knee. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Open up that heart. Inhale. Open the shoulders. Open everything, the chest. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And then bring yourself back to the seated. So from here, let's go ahead and drop our knees to the side. Come on up onto your tabletop. Yeah. Spread your fingers really wide. So you've got your shoulders and your wrists in alignment, your knees and your hips in alignment. Yeah. And just a couple of tabletop cat-cows. So you drop the belly, tilt the tailbone, take the eyes up. There's your inhale, exhale. Round up like a cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more time. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Find a way to a nice flat tabletop. And then rise up all the way onto your knees. Roll the shoulders. Shake the arms. Be dynamic with this movement right there. Okay. All right, hold still. Give your wrist a shake. And then hold on to the palms face forward. Pull your fingers towards your belly. Stretching out the forearm, stretching out the wrist. Release and give it a shake. Other side. Release and give it a shake. All right, so yogis, you're going to extend the right leg out to the side. And then lengthen those arms in front of you. So a one-legged child pose. Place your hands on the floor. Now, best you can, hinge your hips to the back of your heel. And then take those arms and lengthen them in front of you, or maybe you cross them, and the forehead on top of the hands. So you've got a really nice stretch in the adductor muscle. It's a half of a child pose right here. So extend long. This is my new favorite pose. It gets a really wonderful stretch individually in each hip. And then we rise up all the way. Bring those knees back together. Extend the other leg out. Reach those arms down in front to the tabletop. Hinge the hips back down towards the heel if that's available. And then extend those arms or cross them. And just try to release and relax the inner of the adductor. Let that hip fall open. And feel that wonderful stretch. Half child pose. And then gently, carefully, let's rise back up. Bring those knees together. Back, we go to a tabletop. And then take your right hip and just give it a circle. Go in both directions. Tabletop, other side. Turn the hip. Other way. And then back we go to tabletop. Tuck the toes under in the back. And then rise up to a downward facing dog. Right here. So press your heart and shoulders towards your chest. Spread your fingers really wide like a starfish. Now yogis, on your downward facing dog, take a gaze at your hands and hinge forward into a plank. Now, let's come on down to our knees for a moment and have a seat. If you hinge forwards into your plank and your plank look like a tent, then adjust your downward facing dog. You should be able to go from a downward facing dog into a plank, downward facing dog into a plank. That transition should be in alignment. So find what's working for you and put those two together. So up we go to our downward facing dog. Tuck the toes under. There's your downward facing dog. Take a gaze with your hands coming over to the plank. Downward facing dog. over to your plank. Downward facing dog. Now over to the plank and hold it here, so your plank should be the shoulders and the wrists in alignment, the hips tilted underneath, and your abdominal wall pulling together. Starfish fingers. Let's do 3 more of those. Downward facing dog. Over to the plank or tabletop. Downward facing dog. Over to the plank. Downward facing dog. Over to the plank. Last time. Downward facing dog. Hold that downward facing dog. Take a gaze and just walk to the back of your hands. So here's your first forward fold. Those hamstrings are getting a wonderful stretch. Let the back of your neck hang really heavy. Hinge fold, bend from your hips. Just allow that release to happen. Feel that wonderful stretch in the hamstrings. Now heel toe your feet so they're a little bit wider. Maybe hip distance. Grab a hold of the opposite elbows. And then maybe now you've got more space to fold deeper. And then add some pendulum swings. So the back of your neck is hanging heavy. You're swinging, you're hinging, you're penduluming from the hips, not just from the elbows. So be really aware of your movement right there. Yeah. Hamstrings might be saying hello to you. Now hold still, release your hands, and then back them behind your legs. Now the neck has a lot more space. Bend those knees as much as you need to. And shake your head. Shake your head in the movement of yeses, in the movement of no's. Just give the neck some release. Yeah, maybe you've been staring at a computer all day. You don't even realize that you're holding tension in that neck. So just shake it out. All right. Finish with a yes shake, so we're nice and positive. Release the hands, bring them back to the front. Now on the inhale, lift up halfway and look in front of you. So the crown of your head is reaching forward. The tailbone is reaching to the back of the room. And your back is flat like a table. So we're just trying to bring that blood pressure back to balance so we don't see stars when we stand up too quickly. So forward fold. Gaze through your legs. Inhale, lift half. Exhale, forward fold. Now, rise up like a rag doll all the way to the top of the standing mountain. Circle the arms out to the side. Do a big giant inhale. Exhale, open the arms, swan dive, press the chest forward, swan dive, forward fold. Gaze through the legs. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees. Now walk your feet to the back of your mat. And here is your plank. Take your shoulders over your fingers. Now bend the elbows and just do half of a push-up. Just half down and then right back up again. So option to always go onto your knees. Take your shoulder, do a little bit of a pelvic tilt, shoulders over the fingers. Just half a push-up, right back up again. It's a tiny little bend in the elbows. Just a tiny bend and right back up. Let's do 3 of those. There's 3. There's 2. There's 1. Tuck the toes. Everybody's up in a downward facing dog. Your shape of a down dog. Inhale the right leg to the sky. Bend the knee. Hinge forward. Bring the knee into the nose and hold it. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, and stay there. Take a gaze at your hands and step through into a low lunge. Now drop your back knee, tuck the back toe under, hinge back into a nice hamstring stretch. Come on up into that low lunge, tuck the back toe under. Drop the back knee, hinge back into that hamstring stretch. This time when we come up to a low lunge, we're going to keep the back leg on the floor, rise up, and then press that back hip forward. Now when you're in this low lunge, we want to make sure this front knee is behind your big toe. So we wouldn't want to be in a low lunge like this. Always that front knee is behind the big toe. Hinge forward, stretching out that hamstring. Now go back, hip flexor. Now go back into the hamstring stretch. Come on up forwards into that hip flexor stretch. Back we go to the hamstring stretch. Forward into the hip flexor stretch. One more time, back to the hamstring stretch. Forward to the hip flexor stretch. And then hands to the floor, tuck the back toe under, rise up to that low lunge, take the front foot to the back, rise up to a down dog. Inhale the left leg to the sky, bend your knee, hinge forward, knee to nose. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Stay here. Step through on that low lunge. Staying right here. Now drop the back knee, tuck the back toe under, hinge back, stretch the hamstring here. And then rise up. Remember, we rose up to that low lunge. The reason we want to make sure that this knee is above the ankle before we start to add that hip flexor stretch. So we want to make sure we're in the proper alignment. Drop the back knee, hinge back. There's that hamstring stretch. Rise up, open up the heart, hinge forward into that hip flexor stretch. Hinge back into your hamstring stretch. Up we go into the hip flexor stretch. Twice more, yogis. Hinge back into that hamstring. Up we go. Back we go, hamstring. Up we go. Hamstring one more time. And then we rise up into that low lunge. So tuck the back toe under. Up we go. Take the front foot to the back. Hinge up into downward facing dog. There we go. On the inhale, lengthen that right leg to the sky. Bend your knee, bring your knee into your nose. And then take your knee to the right elbow, the left, the right, the left, the right, the left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold to the center. Rise up, three-legged dog. Bring the big toes together, other side. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, knee to nose, hold it. And then knee to elbow. Left and right, for 4 and 3. Getting fired up early. There's 2 and 1. And hold it. Three-legged dog. Bring those big toes together. There's your downward facing dog. And hold your downward facing dog. Now take a gaze at your hands. Come on over to a plank. And lower yourself all the way down this time to your chest. So there we are on our chest. Now, let's do a wide cobra. So you're going to take your fingertips out wide. And then open up the chest, open up the heart. You should feel this in your lower back. Head is neutral, so you're not stressing out your neck. We're just neutral. And then lower down. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Stay here. Now, yogis, this is a really big challenge, so your option to go on your knees or on your toes. You're going to bring your hands close to your chest. You're going to tuck your toes under. And we're going to push up to our plank. So your choice, on your knees, or activate your core right now and just push up to the plank. See how we did that? A reverse push up. Keep the elbows right by your ribs. Lower yourself down all the way to your chest, to the belly. Stay here. Let go of everything. Come on back down. Activate that core on your knees or on your toes. A reverse push up. Up we go. Push. Lower down, all the way, chest, belly. Release everything. Back down we go. We've got this twice more, yogis. So if you're on your knees, you're pushing up. Yes. Lower yourself back down. Release everything, let go. Back down we go. Tuck the toes. Your choice, knees on the toes. Reverse, push yourself up. And then everybody, let's go to a downward facing dog. So really strengthening warm up, yogis. Oh my goodness, yeah, right? So from this downward facing dog, let's inhale the right leg to the sky. Exhale, bend your knees. Step through, drop the back heel, and rise up to warrior 1. There's a nice lengthening warrior. up to warrior two. Take the gaze over the hands. And then side angle. So on your side angle, you're making sure that this right leg is not hinging forward, but it's opening up. So there's your side angle. Inhale through the warrior two to reverse. And then exhale, cartwheel the arms. Make sure you turn on the back foot. Left hand to the floor, right hand up to the sky. Revolving side angle. Now our strength is nice and warmed up. So take a gaze at your foot. One hand's on either side. Take the front foot to the back and hold it. Low push-up. Go all the way down to your chest and belly. Now slide forwards and open up to an upward facing dog. There's your chaturanga. Tuck a foot up. We go to downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg. Exhale, bend your knee. Step through, drop the back heel, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle, open up that left knee, making sure it doesn't hinge in. Maybe even feel that left elbow, not allowing that knee to hinge forwards. Inhale through warrior two to reverse. And then exhale, cartwheel the arms, turn on the back foot. Revolve, right hand to the floor, left hand to the sky. And then take a gaze down at that foot. We're nice and strong, yogis. Take the front foot to the back. Add your chaturanga or meet us in a down dog. Low push-up, chest belly, open heart. Let's do that flow one more time, just to really complete our warm-up. Up we go. Inhale the right leg. Exhale, step through, rise up, warrior one, big inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale through warrior two to reverse. Exhale, revolve. Pivot on the back foot. Left hand to the floor, right hand up to the sky. Gaze down at that foot. Now opting for a three-legged dog chaturanga. You could take that right leg up. You could skip the chaturanga altogether. Up we go, other side. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, step through. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. 6 and 12 o'clock of those arms. Inhale, through warrior two to reverse. Exhale, revolve, cartwheel the arms, pivot on the back foot. Right hand to the floor, left hand to the sky. Take a gaze down at your foot. Your vinyasa or not. Everybody meets up in a downward facing dog and stay right there. Walk your dog out, yogis. Press your heels to the floor. Press your heart, your shoulders, your chest towards those knees. Open up the ribs. Yeah. All right, yogis. So, inhale, raise up high in the balls of your toes. Let's just remind ourselves that our fingers are spread really wide like a starfish. Suction cupped into the floor. Take a gaze at your hands. Walk, step, jump, float to the back of your hands. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees a lot and reach into a chair pose. So we're trying to keep our knees squeezed together, our inner thighs squeezed together. Yeah, in our chair pose. Now hands come to heart center. And I want you to feel like you can distribute the weight on your right leg as you lift the left leg and then float the left leg to the back. Now that left leg that's floating to the back is going to take a giant step back into crescent. Lengthening, inhale on the crescent. Exhale, add your lunge. We talked about that front knee always being behind the big toe on your lunge. Inhale. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lunge. Inhale. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, grow. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Humble warrior as you bow forwards. Add some rotation. That left elbow comes across that right knee. Take your gaze up to the sky. Option to open up the arms. Drop the back heel, cartwheel arms up into warrior two. And then cartwheel down. Add your chaturanga or not. Low push-up. Open the heart, tuck the foot, up we go, down dog. Inhale, high on the balls of the toes, bend the knees. Step up, float or jump to the back of your hands. Inhale, half. Exhale, forward fold. Bend those knees a lot. There's your chair pose. Relax those shoulders down. This time the weight's on the left leg. Can you lift that right leg? Float it all the way to the back. Take a giant step into crescent. Inhale. Exhale, 4 lunges. Exhale. 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 Last one. Exhale. Stay here. Hands to heart center. Humble warriors. You bow forwards. Add that twist, yogis. Embrace any falls. Sometimes we wiggle and it's okay. Option to open up the arms. Woo, I fall all the time. Drop the back heel, cartwheel up into warrior 2. And then cartwheel. One hand on the inside of your foot. Come on back to your vinyasa. Or you skip it. So we're adding on from there, yogis. Tuck a foot up, we go to down dog. Inhale high on the balls of the toes. Bend the knees, step up, float, or jump to the back of your hands. Inhale, lift half. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees. There's your chair pose. Relax those shoulders down. Hands to heart center. Weight on that right foot. Lift up that left leg. Float to the back. Now, reach the arms in front of you. Bring your elbows and your knees towards each other. Find that balance. Let's do this 4 times. Inhale. 3, 2, hold, then step back into that crescent. Exhale, 4 lunges. 3, 2, 1, hold it. Hands to heart center, humble warrior, bowing forwards, rotate. Take that gaze up. Open up those arms. Drop the back heel, cartwheel up to that warrior 2. Here we go. Vinyasa down or not. Find your way to your down dog. Tuck a foot or all up. Inhale, high on the balls of the toes, bend the knees, jump, step, float to the front of your mat. Inhale, half. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, chair pose. Weight is on the left leg this time. Lift up that right leg. Float it to the back. Elbow and knee come together 4 times. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Stepping way back into crescent. 4 lunges. Hold. Exhale, hands to heart center, humble warrior, bowing forwards, adding that rotation. Opening up those arms. Drop the back heel, cartwheel up into warrior 2. And then vinyasa down. There we go. Add your chaturanga. Everybody meets up in a downward facing dog and hold your downward facing dog. Walk your dog out. Get your breaths. Yeah, there we go. All right, yogis, we're doing that again. We're adding on some more. We're adding layers and layers. So, lifting up high on the balls of your toes. Bend your knees. Step on, float, or jump to the back of your hands. Inhale, lift half. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees. Reach in front of you. Chair pose. Weight on the right hand. Lift that left leg in. Float that left leg to the back. 4 knee taps. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. Step all the way back into that crescent. 4 lunges. 4, 3. There's 2. There's 1. Humble warrior, bowing forward, bending that front knee. come back to the humble warrior. And we maybe step the back foot in, stay right here where we are. However, we can rise back up into warrior three. Now we forward fold into standing splits. Right there, standing splits. We rise up on the tips of our fingers. Maybe wrap that right hand around the ankle and tap the left hand up and down. Maybe both hands can come off the floor, or maybe not. Whatever is going to work for you. Place both hands on the floor, bring your big toes together, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, step off, floater, jump to the back of your mat. Add your chaturanga. Open the heart. Tuck a foot. Everybody's up and down dog. Inhale, raise up high on the balls of your toes. Bend your knees. Jump, step, float to the back of your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees. Reach in front of your chair pose. This time, we're lifting up that right leg. No, I almost forgot. It's the right leg. And then hinge. No, it's the left leg. It's the left leg. There we go. And hinge forward. No, it's the right leg. Oh my gosh, Lorraine. So sorry. There. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Stepping way back into crescent and 4 lunges. Heart center, humble warrior. Bend that front knee. Rotate over to that twist. Open up those arms. Remember, this is time we went back to the hands to heart center. We stay here, we hop the foot in, or however we rise up to warrior 3. And then we forward fold into that standing split. Rising up at the tips of the fingers, or however you would like to find your way to this balance. So the leg that's in the air, see if you can think of and make sure that the pinky toe is turned towards the floor. That's going to help you keep your hips square. So again, maybe you release that left hand, you tap the right hand up and down off the floor, maybe you find your balance. Hands to the floor, big toes together. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees, step, walk, or jump to the back of your mat. And add your chaturanga. Open up the heart. Tuck a foot up, you go to down dog. Hold your downward facing dog, yogis. Walk your dog out. Guess what? We have more to add on here. I told you it would be high energy, high movement. So, inhale, rise up high on the balls of those toes. Bend the knees, step off, floater, jump to the back of your mat. Inhale, lift half. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees, or reach in front of you, chair pose. Supporting weight on the left foot. Lift that right leg up. Float the leg to the back. There's your inhale, lengthening. Exhale, 4 of these. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Back into a giant crescent. 4 lunges. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Hands to heart center, humble warrior. Bend that front knee. And then rotate. Take that gaze up to the sky. Opening up the arms is an option. Back we go, hands to heart center. Finding your way up to your warrior 3. Finding your way into your standing splits. finding your way to your balance. Now here's the add-on, yogis. Hands to the floor, tips of the fingers on the floor. Rising up to a one-legged mountain, so take your time. Rising up, one-legged mountain, lengthening. Figure 4, funky chair. Hands to heart center. Now, seasoned yogis, if you'd like to add on a balance, you could hinge forward, have a strong flexed foot here, and you could add this balance. Wherever you are, yogis, flex this foot, open up the heart. Inhale, top of the mountain. Exhale, woo, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, lift half. Exhale, forward fold. Step walk or jump to the back. Meet us in down dog. We all know by now. Tuck a foot up and go down dog. Inhale, high on the balls of the toes. Bend the knees, step walk, float. Jump to the back of your mat. Inhale, lift half. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees and reach in front of you, chair pose. There we go. Weight on that left leg. Float that right leg to the back. And we've got 4. There's your inhale, lengthening. Exhale, elbows and knees come together. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. You know what, yogis? I just did the same leg, didn't I? Hopefully you didn't. I'm so sorry. My mind keeps racing. Okay, and then there's 1. Hold it here. Big giant step back into the crescent. Exhale, lunge. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, stay here. Exhale, hands to heart center, humble warrior. Add that rotation. Maybe add that extension of opening the arms. And then hands come back to heart center. You find your way to warrior 3, or you stay there. And then standing splits. Forward fold. Finding your way to find your balance. Remember that. Extended leg, that pinky toe is turned towards the floor. Helping you keep your hips square. Place those hands back on the floor. Rise up high on the tips of your fingers. And then let's pendulum to the one-legged mountain. So rising up, taking your time. Pendulum up to that one-legged mountain. Funky chair. Figure 4, hands to heart center. And then again, if you'd like yogis to add a balance, there's an option. Inhale, top of mountain. Exhale, swan dive. Forward fold. Hold your forward fold, yogis. Shall we? One more time. No more add-ons, but just one more time through that flow. I think it's kind of fun. All right. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees. Reach in front of you, chair pose. Weight is on the right leg. Let's lift the left leg. Hinge to the back. Four times, elbows to the knee. Ready? 4, 3, 2. Hold it. Giant step to the back. There's your lunge. 4 times. 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Humble warrior. Bowing forwards, adding that rotation. Adding that extension. Coming back to heart center, finding your way to warrior three or not. Standing splits. Find your balance. Hands to the floor, up on the tips of the fingers. Pendulum to your standing mountain, one-legged. Funky chair. Inhale, top of the mountain. And then let's exhale just right into our chair pose. Chair pose. Now the other leg, I'm not going to say right and left. Other leg. We float it to the back. Elbows and knees come together. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, hold 4. Stepping way back into your crescent, 4 lunges. 3, 2, 4. Hold it right here. Humble warrior, bending that front knee, bowing forwards. Add that rotation. Opening up those arms. Back we go to heart center. Finding your way into your warrior three. Your standing splits. Your balance. Hands back to the floor. Balance and rise up, pendulum through to that one-legged mountain. Funky chair. Figure 4, adding that balance if you like. Inhale, rise to the top of the mountain. Exhale, woo, swan dive. Hold your forward fold, yogis. Hold this forward fold. Now, heel toe your feet as wide as your mat. Yeah, just as wide as your mat. And then take your left hand, so think of a triangle. And your feet are at the back of the triangle, and your left hand is at the top, like that. And then just inhale the right arm up to the sky. So you do have weight on this left hand, but not sinking into it. Have stability in that left hand that's in front of you. That's the top of that pyramid. And then let's switch sides. Right hand to the floor, top of the pyramid. Inhale the left arm to the sky. One more time each side. Left hand, top of the pyramid. Inhale the right arm to the sky. Other side. And switch. And then come on back. Now, adjusting the width of your legs for whatever you may need as we lower down into a yogi squat. Take the elbows and open up the hips. Yeah. So, we've got lots of energy, right? For a crow. I'm going to guide you through crow. If it's in your practice, begin. Otherwise, if you've never tried it, just follow the steps and maybe just do a step at a time. Yeah? I'll turn sideways. So, our knees are kind of on the inside of our armpits, or on the triceps. Plant your hands onto the floor firmly, and then lift up on the balls of the toes. Now the key here is to lift your hips up really high. Keep your gaze in front of you, almost like you're looking over the top of a mountain, yeah? Looking over the shelf of a mountain. So you've got to keep those hips up and the heels up. And then you connect the arm and the legs, like if those knees can go in your armpit, that would be ideal. And then maybe as you hinge forward, maybe just lift one foot, just to kind of see what it feels like, and then lift the other foot. Now maybe distribute the weight on the hands, on the feet. On the hands, on the feet. And then as you continue to sort of play with that, then maybe you might find that kind of sweet spot where you're able to balance on those hands just by distributing your weight forwards and back, forwards and backward. Yogis, the key really is to keep your hips up and look over the shelf of that mountain, yeah? So you just kind of play with this. So just kind of play with that a little bit. Yeah. Believe it or not, a crow pose does not take a lot of strength. It's not a strength move. It's just something that our bodies need to connect with and get physically in the right position. And then it just kind of happens, you know? Yeah. So, okay. So wherever you are, let's come on back to a tabletop for a nice little stretch. So, if you've never done this stretch before, it's a half of a frog with a little bit of a twist. So you're going to, let's take our right leg out and our left arm is going to thread through. So you're going to, we're in a tabletop. You bend so the knees stay bent and you just hinge forwards. Excuse me one second. You extend that back leg. And then so this the right leg bends like frog. And then you just thread the left arm through. That makes sense, hopefully? And then you can open up the right arm so you've got a big twist. So, let me explain that one more time. So that right knee is going to stay bent, and it's going to come out like a frog. The left arm threads through, and then you straighten out the back leg, and then open up. So maybe from the side, you can see my right leg goes out to the side, my left arm threads through, I extend the back leg, and then I open up. And there's a twist. Yeah. Or you don't even have to add a twist. You could just do a one-legged frog and just stay right here. We kind of did this in the beginning with a half of the child pose. And then you unwind, you come on back to the front. Bring those knees together. So you're back in the tabletop and then we'll switch sides. You put the left leg out, extend the right leg to the back, and then thread the right arm through, and then open the left arm. Okay? So maybe you're there already, but you were in a tabletop. The left leg was out to the side, right leg went to the back, left arm thread through. Right arm, thread through, and then you open up. Oh, I'm getting my rights and lefts mixed up today. My goodness. So sorry. Alright, yogis. Let's unwind. Come on back up to the tabletop. And then we opened our knees in this direction in our hips. Now we're going to do pigeon, and it'll be in the opposite direction. So we're getting all sorts of joint movement going on in the hips. So rise up to a downward facing dog, and then just pull that knee, the right knee through, take the right foot over towards the left wrist, open up the heart, and then forward fold. And then just hold this nice pigeon. A lot of times when we're holding postures, we really need to come back to the breath to recognize that we can allow ourselves to release any tension that you might be holding. So be very deliberate with your breath when you're not moving, just like when you are moving. So in this pigeon, allow that IT band to release, to relax, be mindful of your breath. And then wherever you are, rise up. Stay on the back leg. Thread the front leg through. That front leg, just give it some movement. Fire hydrants, front and back, whichever feels good. And then we'll go back to tabletop, down dog, so we can do the other side on pigeon. Thread that left knee through, put the left foot over towards the right wrist. Lower yourself down, open up the heart, and then forward fold. Your forward fold, maybe the elbows, maybe you just stay with that chest lifted. And again, recognizing, allowing yourself to release, to let go, to feel that IT band stretch. That breath is your guide, it's your energy. So just find your way down to your tummy, right there. Okay? And then extend your arms out in front of you. Superman. And then lift the legs up. And then take the arms out to a T. Arms behind you. Arms on your lower back. Arms underneath your chin. There's your options on where those arms would be. We're just really strengthening the erector spinae muscles in your back, which is still considered part of our core. So we're just going to hold it here for 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now lower down. Now a really big demanding posture movement is a bow. And so we bend our legs, and maybe if you have a towel or a cloth, you could wrap them around your ankles, or maybe you reach for your leggings or your toes, you know, whatever's available. So head is neutral. Whatever you're holding on to, your hands and your feet, push them together so they're firm and strong and stable, not as if they're wet noodles. And then open the heart, maybe lift the thighs up. Keeping your head neutral so you don't stress out the neck. Holding for 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, and then gently, carefully lower down. Release, extend, bring those hands right to the cobra. Come on up and back into a child pose. Your child pose, any kind of movement that you need to just kind of counter that big giant stretch that we just did in our back. Whatever feels good for you. Okay, so we're not quite done, yogis. We did our back part of the core. Now we're going to do the front part of our core. So let's either a plank or a tabletop. Spreading the fingers really wide. Plank or tabletop. We are going to tap opposite hands to shoulders. Opposite hands to shoulders. Are you ready? I don't even think I'm going to tell you how many. Just kidding. 8 on each side. Hold it. Just a little tip. When I'm doing this I'm in a plank, I like to have my feet separated about the same distance as my hands. It just seems to give me a little bit more stability. And here we go. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, and hold it. Did I tell you we had 2 sets? We had 2 sets. One more. Here we go. 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, there's 2, there's 1, 1, hold it. Come on down to the knees and rise all the way up. Roll the shoulders back to a full circle. Yogis, right where we started. right where we started. Remember, we did the half child pose. Yeah. So, we're finding our way seated. So just drop the hips to any side. Bring those legs around. And then bring the bottoms of the feet together. Open up the heart. Here's your butterfly. And then see if you can take those elbows and just open up the hips. Maybe little bits of movement. So hopefully as we continued in our practice from the beginning, through our practice, through the flows, through the stretches that you might not have even realized that you were doing, you notice a difference in your range of motion, your flexibility, your stability, your balance. And then hold still. Release, bring those legs together, extend the left leg, bring the right leg up and over, add a twist. So we started with this twist. Do you feel as though you have more space? Is your spine a little bit more flexible? Let's unwind. Maybe noticing the differences in the right side of your body and the left side. And then unwind. Let's come on back to the beginning where we were holding and we were hinging back and we were making sure we supported. So round out and then open up the heart. Round out. Open. Twice more. Round. And open. Last one. Round. Open. And this time, lower yourself all the way down to your lower back, laying flat on the floor. Now this time, heel toe your feet as wide as your mat, and then bring your knees together. Yeah. So you're laying down, your feet are as wide as the mat, maybe wider, and your knees are together. And maybe you can do tiny little movements, kind of like reverse windshield wipers, where the knees go in towards the center one at a time. Maybe you hold it there and you just feel kind of like a different stretch in the hip. Yeah. And then find your way so you heel toe those feet back together and legs up the wall. Extend those legs all the way up to the sky. So many benefits of our yoga practice that we sometimes forget to take account for. Just this wonderful benefit of this inversion, of the changing of the flow, the circulatory system. We can talk about all those benefits another time and recognize and realize what a difference you're making in your day. Maybe you take this legs up the wall to a shoulder stand, using a little bit of momentum, lifting the hips up. So definitely making sure this is a shoulder stand and not a neck stand, so you're not on your neck, right? You're definitely on your shoulders. If you find yourself on your neck and it's uncomfortable, then no rush. Just stay with those legs up the wall. And then we just kind of play Circus de Soleil here. We do whatever feels good, whatever we want to play with our legs. And then if you want us to do a full plow, you bring those knees right down by your ears, by your shoulders. So wherever you are, let's start to lower down so that we can reach our feet for happy baby. Our feet, our ankles, maybe your shins, maybe even your knees. Open up those hips. Try to keep your lower back on the floor, just kind of moving side to side on your lower back. center, and then release, pull your knees back together. And yogis, if there's anything you feel like you might need, like another twist, maybe you want to do a quick back bend, something like that before we find our way to Shavasana. Give you just a little moment for that. Otherwise, extend your legs long down your mat. And then take your arms up above you. So the arms are all the way up above you. Yogis, we're going to do a little exercise where we hold our breath. If you're comfortable with that, otherwise just continue with the inhales and the exhales. So as you're laying on your back and you do a giant inhale, those arms come up behind you on the floor. You clasp your fingers, you inhale, you lengthen and grow super tall. At the top of that inhale, you hold your breath just for 3 counts. Hold it for 3, 2, and then through the mouth, exhale, and bring those arms down by your side. If you're ready, do that again. Big giant inhale, you're laying on your back, your arms are coming up above you by your ears on the floor. You clasp your fingers, you turn the hands inside out. There's your inhale. And then you hold your breath for 3 counts. 3, 2, exhale through the mouth, arms coming down by your side. And then just stay right here. Everybody's arms are down by your side. Just for a beautiful awareness, take one hand on your belly and then one hand on your heart. Close down your eyes. Stay present on your mat with your mind not wandering, but still in your practice. Find pride for yourself that you took the time for yourself today for movement. That heartbeat that you feel, that breath that you feel is a gift. And it's a thank you to your body to take the time to move and make a difference. Place those hands wherever is comfortable for you. You've allowed yourself to melt into the floor. Your thoughts are present, and hopefully they are of that joy and that pride, that gratitude for your movement today. Staying in Shavasana as long as you like, as long as you need to. Otherwise, we're at the top of our mat seated. Thank you, yogis, for joining me today with a little energizing flow, something different that just shows the facets of yoga, the chapters and the journey that we all have. Let's forward fold. Namaste. Thank you, yogis. I will see you